Good afternoon. We're having some difficulties for a moment there. I'm County Judge Richard F. Cortez, Chairman of the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1. On March the 16th of 2020, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend a limited number of open meeting laws to the extent necessary to allow telephonic or video conference meetings in response to this COVID-19 matter. In accordance with those suspended rules, notice of this meeting of the Board of Directors of Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 have been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we will have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or telephone call. The board is meeting by the use of Zoom software and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public during the public participation forum. This meeting is being broadcast live online. As we would on any other in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice will be permitted to participate in the public forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to participate in the public forum at a future meeting conducted by video conference or telephone call, please follow the instructions on the posted meeting notice. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent possible. We again apologize in advance for any unforeseeable technical difficulties, and we ask for your patience as we navigate through these unprecedented conditions. The time now is 1:50 p.m. We will start with a roll call to establish a quorum.
David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie
Joe Flores, Precinct 3.
Eli Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. That constitutes a quorum. All members are present. Mr. Asima, would you please lead us in prayer?
Sure, certainly will. Go ahead. Dear Lord, we thank you for your promises of love and protection. I ask that you grant us hope, health, and healing to families and individuals who are facing struggles today. Thank you for blessing us all with another day with our families and with our work. Give us all the guidance, knowledge, discipline, and determination to effectively fulfill our duties of making the best decisions for Hidalgo County. May we each recognize every opportunity to pass your blessings on to others every day. In your name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Did we have anybody sign up for open forum?
Not for drainage, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, just a point, since we're in open forum, just want to wish our counselor, Ivan Perez, a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ivan.
Birthday, Ivan.
Hey, Ivan, you're young enough to report birthdays. Don't worry.
Appreciate it. Thank
Birthday,
you.
Ivan.
Thank you.
Next item is your approval of the consent agenda, man.
Yes, Judge, approval of check register, normal operations. We also have some extension of contracts and reconciliation of a change order and some pay apps. Everything's in order. Both the engineering and accounting has reviewed, and we recommend approval.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Item 5A.
5A, acceptance or approval of supplemental agreement number 7 for professional engineering service contract, S&B Infrastructure Limited, for the design and expansion of the Rainbow Drain Outfall System to extend termination date to September 30th, 2020, pursuant to Article 8 of the contract. So we have pretty much, we're requesting this extension, Judge. We're have come to an agreement on the main portion of the contract, which is the engineering estimate. We're working with legal on the work authorization language, but we believe we pretty much have agreed on it in principle. So I'll get with Ivan, go over the details with it, and I'll get with the board and get that before the board here to extend the contract with the terms and with the estimate already also reviewed and so forth, so we can move forward with this project. But we pretty much in principle have agreed to everything in the conversations that I've had with S&D and so forth. It's looking good.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
5B, requesting approval to accept bids and approval to execute requirements agreements with the sole responsible bidder meeting all specified requirements, RFP number ATD 120-0338-0812, sand and bedding material effective September 15, 2020, subject to legal review and compliance, House Bill 1295.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
5C, requesting acceptance and approval of work petition number 2 in the amount of $31,318 that are submitted by Millennium Engineers Group, Inc. in relation to professional CMT service for Hidalgo Park Estates Drainage Improvement Project through award contract number CACD 120-025-0421 for documentation of 1 on-call professional construction material testing services. Subject to legal review and compliance, House Bill 1295.
Move for approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6A, requesting acceptance and approval of work petition number 1 in the amount of $46,118 is submitted by Millennium Engineers Group, Inc. in relation to professional CMT service for South Lateral Drainage Improvement 2018 bond referendum project number 34 through award contract number CACD 120-025-0421 for documentation 1 on-call professional construction material testing subject to legal review and compliance, House Bill 1295.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, requesting acceptance and approval of work petition number 2 in the amount of $70,096.41 as submitted by LNG Consulting Engineers in relation to professional CMT service for Mile 9 FM 1015 Package 1A 2018 bond referendum project number 24 through award contract number CACD 120-0310-707 documentation 1 on-call professional construction material testing service subject to legal review and compliance, House Bill 1295.
Move approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, requesting acceptance and approval of work petition number 3 in the amount of $36,559.79 as submitted by LNG Consulting Engineers in relation to professional CMT service for 3 3/4 mile road and Shoeback Road 2018 bond referendum project 2 through award contract number CACD 120-0310-707 for documentation of 1 on-call professional construction material testing services subject to legal review and compliance, House Bill 1295.
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item D, requesting approval to accept CSP response and award construction contract to the highest ranked contractor meeting all specified requirements, Morewell LLC, for CSP number ACDD 120-0390722, Mile 9 North and FM 1015, Package 1A Improvement 2018 bond referendum project number 24, in the final negotiated amount of $2,944,083.76, which is the base bid and alternate 1, and as approved by the Board of Directors on August 18, 2020, subject to legal review and compliance with House Bill 1295.
Move approval.
Second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item DB, pursuant to text law 262031 and interest expanded projects progress, requesting authority approval of transition general manager to execute change orders that involve a decrease or increase in cost of $50,000 or less, and in no event to exceed the change order statutory limits. The original contract price may not be decreased by 80% or more without the consent of the contract.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
A, requesting approval to accept bid and award of construction contract lowest bidder meeting all specified requirements, calculating price for RFP number ACDD 120-010-0812, and that's means plus 2018 bond referendum project number 17. And the total amount of $2,333,465.80. Base bid and alternates 1, 3, and 4, as recommended project LNG Engineering, subject to legal approval and compliance with House Bill 1295.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, pursuant to Slogan Code 262031 and interest that expanded project's progress, requesting authority approval for drainage district general manager to execute change orders that involve an increase or decrease in cost of $50,000 or less, in no event to exceed change order statutory limits. The order contract price may not be decreased by 18% or more without the consent of the contract.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
7A, requesting approval budget amendment to fund board approval contract and Fund 134 Capital Project 2019 Bond Series in the amount of $10,060,988.01 from the undistributed account.
Move for rule.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
We will have a small item on executive session, sir.
Okay, pursuant to subchapter D of Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, we're going to be retiring to closed session to discuss the items listed therein. Any action items to be taken will be taken in open session when we return. I have a motion to retire to closed session.
So move.
Again.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Please take us to closed session. Okay, we're back from closed session. I believe we have one action item to take.
Yes, sir. On real estate property acquisition, we'd like for the board to take actions to proceed as directed in executive session.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are now adjourned.
Thank you.
We're going to move into our Commissioners Court meeting. So good afternoon again. I'm County Judge Richard F. Cortez. And on March the 16th of 2020, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend a limited number of open meeting laws to the extent necessary to allow telephonic or video conference meetings in response to this COVID-19 matter. In accordance with those suspended rules, notice of this meeting of the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court has been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the commission are not gathered in a central physical location, we will have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or telephone call. The commission is meeting by use of Zoom software and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public during the public participation forum. This meeting is being broadcast live and online. As we would on any other in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice will be permitted to participate in the public forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to participate in a public forum at a future meeting conducted by video conference or telephone call, please follow the instructions on the posted meeting notice. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent possible. We apologize in advance for any foreseeable technical difficulties and ask for your patience as we continue to navigate through these unprecedented conditions. The time now is 2:12, and we will begin with a roll call to establish quorum.
David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Flores, Precinct 3.
Ali Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, as we come together as a community in the healing of our county, we ask that you please remain with us as our neighbors, businesses, educators, and healthcare workers struggle through this very difficult times of COVID-19. We ask that during this crisis, that you protect our vulnerable population and be with those who are mourning their loved ones to this deadly virus. Please give us the wisdom and the resources to provide the best care for our community. We also ask that during this time of uncertainty, that you guide us in making the best decisions for all of Hidalgo County, and give us your blessings as we lead our community to prosperity. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Next item is approval of the consent agenda. Are there any items that need to be pulled?
Yes, sir, Judge. Commissioners, with the court's permission, I'd like to pull from consent agenda item items 3B, 8B1 and 2, 9B, and 9F.
Move for approval of those items excluded.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Absent those items, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, consent agenda item 3B, to clarify and for the record, is an interdepartmental transfer and not an intra-department transfer, and it is for a total of $49.75.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, item 8B1 and 2 for the record, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and or action as it pertains to consent agenda item 8B1 and 2. With that being said, if I could have a motion.
I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show that Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any discussion or action in this matter.
Item 9B and 9F will be addressed by Ms. Marta Salazar.
Yes, on 9B, Emergency Management is requesting approval to purchase one 2020 F-350 vehicle for the county's membership and participation with the following cooperative, Goodbye, contract as posted on the agenda, through the awarded vendor Silsby Ford in the total amount of $49,680.75, which includes a delivery and one-time administration fee of $300, subject to compliance with 1295. The observation by the auditor is that I was asking for subject to funding. That will be taken care of on regular agenda 6A under the Moody's grant acceptance and approval. So if I could have it approved subject to that.
Make a motion to approve subject to 6A.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
On item 9F, it's a restate. I'm sorry. This is a correction. Is it 9F? Excuse me. Yes. This is the restatement of public purpose for Texas Constitution Article 3, Section 52, for the promotional items under item 73740 for Precinct 1.
Wait, 9F says precinct 2.
I'm sorry, I was reading E. I apologize. It's F. And the only correction there, I was confusing myself, was change order number 6, a decrease under the contract number 11-05, not 1115, as posted on the agenda. I apologize for the confusion.
Gotcha. Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Judge Commission, thank you, Ms. Marty. And Judge Commissioners, just for the record, and I know that what was meant was 6B, but Commissioner Ellie moved to approve consent agenda item 9B, subject to regular agenda 6B. 6B.
Oh, and that is my error.
Yes. Just for the record, it was 6B.
6B. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that takes care of all of the consent agenda items. Did we have any people sign up for open forum?
Mr. Lopez?
Yes, sir. We have 2 that are in person.
Okay.
We have Fern and we have Ortiz.
And our first.
Fern will be coming up first.
Good afternoon, Ms. McClarity. There is a 3-minute time limit on open forum. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Okay, on the agenda today, 19C1, you keep showing a 5,000-acre or 5-acre lot. I think I finally found the building, and you need to check your 5 acres. The appraisal district and a real estate company shows 4.5 acres, and it shows that the building is 26,075. So I need y'all to check on that because the building in the last 2 years has gone down in value. So the appraisal district has it at $825,254 for the land and the building. So I'm just waiting to see how much the taxpayers, get stuck on this one. All right. Also, it's a large building. It shows pictures of it and all the rooms and everything that they're there. And on 18E today, you show all the N95 masks, the KN95 mask, cleaning service, cleaning supplies, hand sanitizer, plexiglass that you're going to be putting up somewhere. Maybe someone will show up to office to have commissioner's court and court over at the courthouse equipment. So I'm assuming all of this will go into this new building that we're purchasing. And like I said, I keep hoping that the N95 masks are going to be put out to the public since we're paying for them. And then 19D, I see we're going to purchase a mobile command center. It's a special vehicle, and it's going to total $410,715. What are you going to do when this crisis is over, the way that y'all are spending this taxpayers' money? And believe me, it is taxpayers' money. So once again, just blow it off. It's tax. It's easy come, easy go. And the last one is 19H1, Public Health Emergency Establishing Wi-Fi. We're going to give AEP for 822 poles, $520,000. And Magic for 1,339 poles, we're going to give them $469,000. Again, how are the taxpayers paying for all this emergency stuff that y'all are throwing out? This is unbelievable what y'all are doing. I don't believe y'all have a conscience, of any of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next presenter.
You're
hard to follow. How you doing? My name is Arturo Ortiz. I want to apologize if I'm wasting anybody's time. This might not even be an issue for Commissioner's Court. I've been before you.
Yes, Mr. Ortiz. There is a 3-minute time limit on open forum, and so I'll advise you when there's 1 minute left. I will start when you start again, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Like I said, I've been here before, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. But my issues with the CPS's cases that I've had in the past, I have one going on right now. The lack of what they're doing with the proof that I give them, the decision that they made on the first one that I came before y'all right before they made the final decision, pleading with you for my children. The only reason it has to do anything with this Commissioner's Court is because it's with Mr. Flores' daughter at the same. There's things going on with my children that are not right. I have proof of them. They're endangered. There's 4 children. I have proof from just 2 weeks ago that inside the house, my oldest daughter, 13, is crying out that she's it's really bad. I have proof to show it to everybody. Nobody wants to look at it or do nothing about it. I've been to the Mission PD. I spoke to the chief. I've done everything. I've gone through all the channels. Nobody wants to help me. I can't even get a lawyer because of this. And it has to do with Mr. Flores, and it needs to be paid attention. Only reason I'm here is to do it in open court so everybody can see it. Because once you see evidence of the truth and proof, everybody has a decision to make. And all I want to do is show the proof that I have. And I know it's not being done. Nothing has been done to save my children, help my children because of Mr. Flores. And there's no other reason. There's no other reason. The proof is overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and nobody wants to look at it. So I just need somebody to lead me in the right direction, where I'm supposed to take it, what I'm supposed to do, how am I supposed to protect my children. That's all I want to do. That's it. I don't want to be treated fair. I don't want to be treated better than anybody, but I need to be treated fair. And this is unjust kind of evidence that if you look at it, you'll be horrified. And it's not fair. I have to live with it every day. I can't even call the police in my own city where I'm from because of this. You could speak to the police chief. You could speak to anybody I spoke to in Mission. They'll tell you the same thing. It's not right, and it needs to be taken care of. Who's going to help me with it? All I want to do is show the evidence. That's all I want to do. Nothing else. Nothing else. I don't want to hurt nobody, but my children need to be protected. It's really bad. My daughter, 2 weeks, 13 years old, 2 weeks ago, from inside the home, sent me a message through a friend because they'll hide everything forever, and I need y'all to see it. Who's going to help them? Who's going to help me? That's all I have to say. I don't know what channel I'm supposed to go through, what I'm supposed to do, but something needs to be done. Somebody needs to help me. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else?
No, Mr. Lopez, Noah?
No, sir, that's all.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is item 6A. It is the pleasure of the Commissioner's Court to really have a resolution in honor of Palm Valley Animal Society that has received a very special award. Do we have members from the Palm Valley here with us? There's Donna. And
hey.
Keely, okay, well, welcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that Palm Valley Society has been awarded the Transformational Change Life-Saving Award from Best Friends Animal Society. This is a national animal welfare organization dedicated to ending the killing of dogs and cats in America's shelters. And these Best Friends are an advocate for the no-kill movement that has helped reduce the number of animals killed in shelters nationwide from an estimated 17 million per year to around 625,000. That requires a big applause and a big thank you. Palm Valley is also an active partner with Best Friends Network, and they comprise of many other groups. So Best Friends has set a goal of no kill for 2025, which means that across the nation, they are striving to save every dog and cat in every shelter by healing the animals who can be healed, treating behaviors that can be treated, and prioritizing safety and high quality of life for both pets and people in our communities. And Palm Valley underwent extensive changes in the past 3 years. And in 2018, the Andrews Center and Trenton Center merged with a new no-kill mission to reach 90% higher save rate and adhere to the no-kill philosophy of saving every animal that can be saved, evolving to the new name of Palm Valley Animal Society. So we wanted to thank you for your hard work and dedication. It's been reported to us that there's over 40,000 unattended animals throughout the county. It's something that we're going to have to learn to manage. And we really thank you and your board for the dedication that you have. And this was the least we can do is to recognize you for this very high achievement. So let me have a attaboy from everybody here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all the county has done to work with us during this difficult time. But we've saved tens of thousands more animals during the past 2 years. And it's because of our dedicated staff and also our new leader, Donna Casamento. Donna? Hi.
Okay. Well, thank you. I know, Judge Cortez, you mentioned that one of our goals was to reach 90% save rate. Well, we've done better than that. We've reached 92% save rate, and that means 92% of the animals that come into our facility make it out alive through our wonderful people here in the community, the adoption partners that we have, rescue partners that we have all over, and also our partnership with Hidalgo County and several of the municipalities within Hidalgo County that we're so happy to be able to work with to help support the animals in our community. But it's taken a lot of work. It's taken a lot of work by everyone here in the community, locking arms and realizing that we wanted a new mission, a new day for the animals here in our community. And we couldn't have done it without the support of everyone involved, not just our partners like Best Friends Animal Society and Petco Foundation and the other folks that have helped us. But we operate on a budget that's less than a third of what other organizations do that have similar intakes than we have. And we're kind of that little shelter that could, and we just keep doing it. But we couldn't do it without you folks. So thank you all very much. We have a lot to do here to help the animals and the people in the community. And Palm Valley Animal Society is here to stay, and we hope to be able to continue to grow and provide additional resources to everyone in the community. But thank you all so much. We really do appreciate this amazing honor.
Thank you, Donna. And I believe you've been here since April, as I understand, and I hope you become a Texican now and a Valleyite, so be sure and bring that really quickly. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, I'm an official McAllen resident now, so I'm here to stay.
Okay, well, good. Great having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item 6B, is a discussion consideration of action regarding the Moody grant distribution of funds. As you know, I was contacted by the Moody Foundation. They wanted to give grants throughout the state of Texas to first responders and people that were dealing with this COVID-19. Has everyone received the memo as to the possible distribution or recommended distribution of the grant?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Basically, it goes to emergency management, first responder testing, emergency management providers, and first responders assistance to those that have contacted the deceased themselves. Does anybody have any suggestions or any changes that you'd like to make from this proposed uses?
Does that include the ambulance services, ambulance companies?
Yes, that would be for the PPE for the ambulance companies. That's an allocation of $50,000. Yes.
Awesome. No, that's great.
Okay, with that, why don't we have a motion to approve this? Okay, and then we need to change them at a subsequent time. We can just change them.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is 7A.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Judge Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. We're asking for approval of item 7A, numbers 1 and 2, requesting approval to accept FY 2021 DA State Supplement in the amount of $22,500. And we're also asking for approval of number 2, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the County Auditor for fiscal year 2020-2021 DA State Supplement Grant in the amount of $22,500 and the appropriation of the same.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve 7A, 1 and 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7B, Domestic Violence Specialty Prosecutor Grant, Fund 1281. We're asking for approval to continue payment of salaries for one Assistant District Attorney currently being paid by the DBSP grant pending the award of the 2020 fiscal year grant.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7C, DA Victim Coordinator and Liaison Grant, Fund 1281. We're asking for approval to continue the payment of salaries for one Victim Assistance Coordinator currently paid by the VCLG grant pending the award of the fiscal year 2020-2021 grant.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item 8A, County Treasurer.
Good afternoon. We are asking for, in item 1, asking for the approval of the Hidalgo County investment policy, as well as an approval on the resolution for the Texas Fixed Income Trust investment pools, and the approval of Hidalgo County authorized dealer list. All of these items were submitted to legal, who reviewed and approved. There are no changes to the investment policy, and we do have just one new broker that's been added to our list. So I'm asking
1, 2, and 3.
Second.
Who was the new broker that was added?
It is Mr. Kent Couch with Water Walker Investments out of Tampa, Florida.
Okay. Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Judge, I just want to say I abstain on this item.
Okay, let the record show the Commissioner Cantu abstained on voting on this item.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Leo. Next item, 9A, Human Resources.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Raul Seguero, Human Resources Department. Item 9A. First A is requesting a waiver of the following, if applicable, for personnel items that are listed. Number 1, Civil Service Commission Rules, Section 3.22, Hidalgo County Personnel Policy Manual, Section 6.27, and 3, Budget Amendment Policy for personnel-related amendments. We would need approval on item A.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Item 9B for the Health Department. The Health Department is asking approval of the following personnel actions effective next full pay period, which is 8/31/2020. The department wants to delete one slot number 0042, which is a clerk 3 position at a grade 5. And instead, they want to create slot 0171, a clerk 2 position at a grade 3. And then the second item is approval of the interdepartmental transfer. There's a savings. That the position is at a lower grade.
Motion to approve 9B, 1 and 2.
Second.
There was a recommendation by the auditors that the PAR forms be filled out before approval.
I'm not sure if we got them, Judge, so we can accept the approval subject to the requirements of the forms, the required forms.
Okay. May I have a modified motion, Commissioner?
Yes, I modify that to approval of 9B, 1 and 2, subject to the PAR forms submitted.
Again. A motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9C, Judge Commissioners, the item reads discussion and action on the proposed Hidalgo County Child Safety Policy. Judge Commissioners, this policy was developed by our legal department. It has to do with a requirement of our general liability insurance carrier, whereby they require that the county develop and implement a child safety policy. Many insurance companies are requiring entities that provide services to youth, that we have a policy in claims of, we have claims of abuse periodically against our employees or others. So we're asking for the approval of this policy. The policy requires us to provide training to our employees. It requires that we investigate reports of abuse, and it requires us to do background checks on applicants for county jobs, Judge. So Mr. Guerra and I and legal have worked on this policy, and it was attached. It's comprehensive, and it will meet the requirements so that we can obtain the liability insurance that the county requires. And will be, Mr. Guerra indicates that HR will be enforcing or implementing this policy. Mr. Guerra,
Yes.
did I cover everything?
Yes, thank you. You covered everything precisely. And yes, Judge, Commissioners, for the record, I am asking the court in their, when they take action, just for the record, that I will be designating the Human Resource Department.
And Judge, Commissioner, just another comment is we will also obviously be required to take this policy to Civil Service Commission so that all employees would be subject to the requirements of the policy.
Motion to approve the long overdue policy.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much, Judge and Commissioners. That's all I had from Human Resources. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Salgado. Urban County.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. P.R. Avila with the Urban County Program for item 10A1. It's a public hearing regarding a substantial budget and program amendment to the Hidalgo County Urban County Program's annual action plans for program years 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 to include the amendments for cities and precincts.
I hereby call the public hearing to order. Is anyone here who addresses regarding this matter? Mr. Lopez, anybody sign up or anyone that?
No, Judge, no one signed up for this fund.
Okay. Then I close the public hearing.
For item 10A, 2 and 3, requesting approval and for the submission of the substantial budget and program amendment to the Hidalgo County Urban County Programs Annual Action Plans for program years 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 to include the amendments for cities and precincts.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
For item 10A3, authorization for the county judge Richard F. Cortez to sign any and all documents related to the substantial budget and program amendment to the Hidalgo County Urban Counties Program Annual Action Plans for program years 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 to include amendments for cities and precincts.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
For item 10B, requesting approval of resolution to authorize the Urban County Program Director, PR Avila, to sign and execute contracts and agreements for after Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approval as they relate to all Hidalgo County Urban County Program projects and those intended in the annual action plan.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Carries.
Item 10C, requesting approval of resolution to authorize the Urban County Program Director, PR Avila, to approve certain change orders on the Urban County projects.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 10D, requesting approval of resolution to designate Urban County Program Director as certifying officer designee for environmental review procedures for entities assuming HUD environmental responsibilities. These are for the CDBG, Home, ESG, Colonia, TDHCA, TDRA, and GLO programs.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
For item 10E, requesting approval of resolution to authorize to advertise for construction and related activities for all projects identified in the 2020-2021 one-year action plans, subsequent amendments to Colonia-funded activities, GLO, TDA, and TDA programs.
For approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Carries.
And for item 10F, subject to compliance with House Bill 1295, when and if applicable, the Urban County Program is requesting approval to purchase a cloud-based labor compliance software application from LCP Tracker in the amount of $4,880.40 obtained through the solicited quotes. Number 2, authorization to renew the annual license on a yearly basis with LCP Tracker in the amount of $2,094.71.
Move for approval on 1 and 2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve F1 and 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners.
Mr. Avila.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Avila.
Yes.
And Judge Commissioners, just to be clear, item 10C with respect to the change orders, the increase or decrease would not exceed $50,000, correct?
Correct. Or
Okay.
18% reduction.
Reduction, correct. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right.
Item 11A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Eddie Olivares, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. We have a couple of items today. Under 11A, discussion and consideration and action authorizing County Judge Ricardo F. Cortez to sign the geopolitical subdivision form confirming Driscoll Children's Hospital providing the emergency, pediatric, and neonatal transfers from facilities within Hidalgo County.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Item B is pursuant to Chapter 121, Local Public Health, recognizing Recognition Act, Section 121.006, requesting approval of the schedule of fees for Hidalgo County Health and Human Services Department, Title V, Children's Health and Prenatal Medical Program, effective September 1st, 2020. This is part of our new Title V grant, sir, and this is based on a sliding scale fee.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C is requesting approval to accept the Title V fee-for-service child health grant contract number HHS 0006876000002 in the amount of $22,047 for the period of 9/1/2020 to 8/31/2021 for the county judge to e-sign the same along with related documents.
Move for approval.
Second.
Do we have a motion and a second to approve? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C2 is requesting approval of the certification of revenue in the amount of $22,047 to be appropriated at the same.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Eddie, don't go away. I want all of us to thank you and your department for all the hard work you all been having to do. This has been a very long journey for you. And, we thank you for all the work in some very difficult times. Is there anything that you want to tell us? Where do you think we are in this COVID-19 matter?
So, sir, I feel that, one, I have to acknowledge the Hidalgo County Health and Human Services team. Our team has done a great job. Our nurses, our EPIs, all our team has done fantastic work, along with support from the Commissioner's Court and Sheriff's Office and constables. I mean, there's a slew of people that have just been helping us. I think we're going the right direction thanks to the Commissioner's Court's orders and direction of the county judge as far as the shelter in placing and staying at home, the curfews. All those things have helped tremendously. The mask order have helped tremendously. I know it's difficult, but when we're over 1,100 fatalities in this county, one of the highest in the state, but I see the numbers going down. In fact, the numbers in the hospitals are going down as we speak. I just got the newest numbers, and we're down to 371 total cases in the hospital for COVID, 145 in ICU, compared to over 1,000 cases a few weeks ago in the hospital and over nearly 300 ICU patients. So again, thank you for all your support, sir.
Wow. Those are really good numbers compared to.
But we got Labor Day weekend coming up, so I encourage everybody, keep on following what they're doing.
And Eddie, I just want to say that you and your team are doing a great job. And on top of COVID, you're still managing to accept grants that will help children in our community. As this grant that you accepted will serve about 430 kids, more or less. So
yes, ma'am.
On top of COVID, you're still having to do your regular normal duties. So thank you for that, and your team's efforts don't go unnoticed.
Well, thank you, ma'am. But again, a lot of thanks go to all our department heads within Health and Human Services, and a lot of people put a lot of hours, ma'am. But thank you all.
Thank you, Eddie. 11D.
That one's mine, sir. That one's under Health Care Funding District, under Health and Human Services. Item is to discuss, and this is a local participation provider fund item. Item A is discussing consideration and approval to draw down funds for demonstration year 3 withheld UC or uncompensated care payment in the amount of $340,179.89 to be determined by Health and Human Services Commission from the Local Provider Participation Fund, LPPF, with a transfer date of 9/3/2020 and a settlement date of 9/4/2020 in the amount of $340,179.89.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is approval of certification of revenues as certified by county auditor from the LPPF, Local Participation Provider Fund, in the amount to be determined by HHSC in the amount being $340,179.89 and follow the final instructions as indicated.
C. Yep, I might have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C is approval of appropriations of funds from the LPPF Local Participation Provider Fund in the amount to be determined by Health and Human Services, which is $340,179.89, and final instructions to be followed.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, Eddie. Head Start program.
Yes, Teresa Flores speaking. Good afternoon. We have two items. The first one is the discussion and approval of the areas of distribution for the 2020-2021 school year. We have 6 areas, and we have a distribution that is balanced so that we can have representation from all areas of the parents of the children enrolled in the program. These particular areas are required for us to revise if we move slots from one location to another. So approval is needed as far as the Office of Head Start is concerned.
I'd like to just mention that, Ms. Flores, we're excited that, you're beginning the school year with safety in mind, not only for our students, but for our employees. And we're glad to, get started with that, and we commend you for that. And I'd like to make a motion to approve the area distribution.
Second.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
As we speak, we've got training going on for the staff. It's been going very smoothly. The training is live and projected to the centers. So at 36 centers, we have a small group of staff members that are going through training so that we will be able to do home education classes. We did have McAllen ISD and Monte Alto that began on Monday, and everything is going smoothly. We are doing curbside lunch, breakfast, and a snack for our children, and parents are coming by to pick up those meals. The next item that we have is the discussion and approval of the revisions to the program calendars for 2021. And these particular calendars have changed. We have listed program activities that require attendance of parents and so forth. So we put a hold on that until we're going to figure out how we can safely address the involvement of parents without parents having to be congregated in large numbers or anything like that. We're taking a lot of different precautions, as Commissioner Torres mentioned, so that we can be able to carry out the intent of Head Start and serving our children. So we recommend approval of the revised calendars. Thank you.
For approval?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Flores.
Thank you.
Community Service Agency.
Yes, good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'm Guillermo Palacios with Hidalgo County Community Service Agency. I'm presenting item 13A, discussion, consideration, and action to accept signature document contract number HHS 00087110040 in the amount of $32,375 with the Health and Human Services Commission for the Senior Corps Program, with authorization for Jaime Longoria to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'd like to also mention that the Senior Corps program that I have visited while they've had some of their trainings over at our endowment center are a heaven sent, not only to our seniors, but also to many of the children in our community. So thank you for that program, and thank you for all that y'all do with that.
So much. Item 13B, discussion, consideration, and action to accept the signature document contract number HHS 00087110030 in the amount of $5,476 with the Health and Human Services Commission for the Senior Corps Grant Program.
Move for approval.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 2, authorization for Jaime Longoria to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
It's an item 13C, discussion, consideration, and action to accept the signature document contract number HHS 00871110011 in the amount of $35,036 with the Health and Human Service Commission for the Senior Corps Grant Program. And item 2, authorization for Jaime Longoria to electronically sign any and all pertinent documents.
Motion to approve 13C, 1 and 2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Item 14A, authorization and approval to purchase wireless device with data service through the county membership participation with Verizon Wireless under contract DIR TSO 3415 for the following. One iPad for the Information Technology Department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Salinas.
Item 15A, Yvonne Ramon with the Elections Department, discussion on election updates. I would just like to let the Commissioners Court know that as of today, we are at 384,805 registered voters, and total applications that have been processed from January 1st to yesterday were over 35,000, with over 14,000 of those new applications being for new voters. So definitely we are seeing an increase in our community registering to vote. We are also asking our community to help us in this one very important area, and that is our deceased voters. If your family has a possible registered deceased voter, I'm asking the community to please contact us at 318-2570 so that we can verify the status of this registration, and we can help the family bring us a death certificate. We're trying to do our best to update our voter database before we send out the applications for ballot by mail for those voters that are 65 and older. So they can call us once again at 318-2570. They can either walk in a copy of the death certificate to our main office, they can mail the copy, they can email it, or they can fax it. And we can help them if they call us, and we can verify for them. The second item for update is that I would like for this court to begin to ponder a decision that I need for you to make next week when I take it to court. And that is for those applications for ballot by mail that will be sent out, are you, or would you consider including a stamped, addressed envelope in which that voter can return that application? I did read of one county, Bexar County, that is doing that, and I'm leaving it up to this court if you would like for that to be done so we can start to work on that as well. Consider including an envelope that it already has our address and it already has a stamp.
How much would that be, Yvonne?
Again, you know, the right now we're trying to update our database. So, you know, you're looking at a possible
but $35,000, isn't it?
Exactly. It would probably be a little bit more than 40,000. So, you know, we're trying to decide whether to work with a vendor or if it would be more cost efficient if we did it in-house, working with our own vendor, so that we can really try to clean it up before we send out those letters. So, you know, we're looking between $40,000 and $50,000 with postage.
But normally, how many would you expect to come back?
You know, we've never done this, Judge. So this is really an opportunity for us to communicate with our 65 and older, because again, near 70,000 registered voters we only have 6,200 that have actually applied for an annual ballot by mail. So we've got a large community of voters that are elderly and can take advantage of this wonderful process where annual application, they fill it out January 1st of each year, and they don't have to worry for the rest of the year. It's not automatically renewable, so they'd have to do this every January 1st, but it's certainly an effort to reach that community of voters and make this easier for them. So it'll be interesting data to see what comes back.
Does any commissioner have any information that they would like to receive to help them make this decision?
Yeah, you can go ahead and call me. You can email me, and if you have any questions, I'd like for you to think about it this week, and I'll bring it back to court next week as an item.
Okay.
The next item that I would like to again remind everyone is keep in mind October 5th. That is the last day to register or to update your voter registration status. And keep in mind that for this year, we will no longer have straight party voting. No longer will we have straight party ticket. So it is very important that our community understand that more than ever, they need to be informed. Once we finally get our ballot samples online, we're going to send out a press release so that everyone can go online. I'm trying to work with Mr. Salinas to see if maybe there's an app that would make it easier for our community to find that sample ballot, become informed, be knowledgeable of what's on your ballot so that when you get there, it can be quick. You've already made up your mind, and you can even, lots of people don't know this, but you can even take your sample ballot already filled out, as long as you're not waving it around and not using it as electioneering propaganda. You can take your own information to your voting booth and you can utilize it so that you're quick and efficient, you're in and out, and that'll certainly help our situation, the challenges that we face at our polling location. So keep that in mind. Now, another thing for this November 3rd election only, our early voting period has been extended by 6 days. So the first day of early voting is now Tuesday, October 13th, and the last day remains the same, which is Friday, October 30th. And again, for this election only, you will be able to walk in your mail ballot to the elections office as soon as possible. As soon as you receive it and you fill it out, you can walk it into the elections office. There are no ballot drop boxes all over. It's only to the main office at 213 South Gloucester Boulevard in Edinburgh. Now, the law is already on the books where when there is a federal, state, and county election, you're able to walk in your ballot, but on election day only. So again, we don't want to confuse our voters with this proclamation that our governor sent out, where for this election only, you're able to walk it in as soon as you receive it and you're ready to return it. So the one thing to keep in mind, though, is that you're going to have to be prepared to show voter ID. We've got 7 still on the books, acceptable forms of ID, which the most common is your Texas driver's license. But if you are not in possession of one of the 7, call our office, because you are able to fill out what is called a declaration of impediment, and you can then use a secondary form. So you don't have to stay away if you do not have one of the 7 acceptable forms of ID. If anyone listening has a question, call our office and let's get this cleared up so that everyone is prepared for election day, which will be Tuesday, November 3rd. Any questions?
I have a comment.
Yes.
It's been recommended by other counties that are doing this to move all the non-contested elections to the end of the ballot. Where are you with this matter?
Mm-hmm. We already do that for our county offices and our local offices. And so what we're doing now is asking our Secretary of State's office to do it, because the district office, the state and federal, they handle. And so we've talked about this in the advisory committee that I belong, and they're certainly going to look at it, because they're asking, we already do it. So in asking us, it's not something that our community would find different. There are some local city races, though, that depending on the municipality laws, although they have no opposition, they've got to be on the ballot. So we do have one of those. But other than that, the rest of the races that we are able to, they're at the end of the ballot already.
Well, thank you, Vaughn.
Thank you, sir. Item B, the 2020 Hava Election Security Grant. Number 1, requesting to approval to ratify the grant application for Hava Election Security Grant funds. I don't know if you want me to read all 3, or do you want to approve each one as read?
What's the pleasure of the commissioners? Just take all three of them then, Yvonne?
Okay. Number 2, requesting approval to accept and to have county judge e-sign the Hava election security grant related documents. Number 3, requesting approval of the certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $120,000 and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve?
Second.
A motion and a second to approve 15B 1, 2, and 3. I believe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Planning Department, 16A.
Good afternoon. This is Jorge Garcia presenting for Planning Department. Good afternoon, Commissioners and Judge. Item 1A, preliminary approval with the variance request. It is for Milanos Estate Subdivision, Precinct 1, located on mile 6.5 West Road and mile 5.5 North Road. Consists of 88 lots, lies within Zone B. Drainage will be provided by storm sewer system, and detention will be provided by widening of the existing drain ditch. Lies within the city of Wesco. ETJ has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by city of Wesco. Sewer will be provided by city of Wesco. And the variance is to reduce the front setback from 25 to 20 feet and the rear setback from 15 feet to 10 feet.
Approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 1B, Pueblo de Palmas Phase 25 subdivision lies in Precinct 4 on Cesar Chavez Road and mile 19 North Road. Subdivision consists of 140 single-family residence lots, lies within Zone X. Drainage will be provided by storm sewer system, and detention will be provided by an existing drain ditch. Subdivision lies within the city of Edinburgh, ETJ, and has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation, as well as the sewer. And the variance again is to reduce the front setback from 25 to 20 feet and to reduce the rear setback from 15 to 10 feet.
Move for approval.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2A, preliminary approval of Ocañas subdivision in Precinct 2. Subdivision is located on El Dora Road and Alamo Road. Consists of 2 single-family residential lots. Lies within Zone B. The flood zone drainage will be provided by natural percolation and surface runoff onto El Dora Road. ETJ is within the city of Alamo. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation, and sewer will be provided by septic tank systems.
Move for approval.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2B, Agado subdivision lies within Precinct 1 on US Highway 281 and FM 491. Consists of 3 single-family lots and 2 commercial lots. It is located in flood zone C. Drainage will be provided by on-site detention in commercial lots and discharging onto US Highway 281 on the roadside ditch. It is in the rural area of the county. Water will be provided by Military Highway Water Supply Corporation. Sewer will be by on-site sewage facilities.
Move for approval.
Second. A motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 3A is final approval with a financial guarantee. NM subdivision, Precinct 4. It is located on 3rd Street and Davis Road. It is a 1-lot subdivision. It lies in flood zone X. Drainage will be provided by natural percolation within the proposed lot, and surface runoff will drain onto 3rd Street roadside ditch. It is located in the rural area of the county. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation. Approval will be located by on-site sewage facilities, and the final approval with a cash deposit in the amount of $1,500 for 1 septic tank system.
Move for approval.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 3B, Valverde Commercial Acre Subdivision lies in Precinct 4 on Valverde Road and Tex-Mex Road. It is a 13 commercial lot subdivision. It is located in flood zone X. Drainage will be provided by on-site detention and off-site storm sewer system discharging into an existing drain ditch. Subdivision lies in the rural area of the county. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation, sewer by on-site sewage facilities, and the final approval is with a letter of credit in the amount of $127,278, and it is for paving and drainage.
For approval.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, RBR subdivision number 1, license precinct 4, mile 21 North Road and Valverde Road, consists of 16 lots. It lies in Zone X. Drainage will be provided by storm sewer system, and detention will be provided by widening of the existing drain ditch. It lies in the rural area of the county. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation, sewer by on-site sewage facilities, and the final approval with a cash deposit in the amount of $3,500 is for 2 filling stations.
Move for approval.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 3D, Baseline Heights subdivision, unit number 3, precinct 1, is located in mile 12.5 road and FM 491. It is a 22-lot subdivision, lies within flood zone X. Drainage will be provided by storm sewer system, and detention will be provided by widening of the existing drain ditch. It lies within the city of Mercedes ETJ and has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation, sewer by on-site sewage facilities, and the final approval with a cash deposit in the amount of $33,000 for 22 on-site sewage facility systems.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 3E, Los Amigos Phase 2 subdivision is located in Precinct 1 on Baseline Road and mile 12.5 North Road, consists of 26 lots, lies within flood zone X. Drainage will be provided by storm sewer system, and detention will be provided by widening of the existing drain ditch. Subdivision lies in the rural area of the county. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation, sewer by on-site sewage facilities, and the final approval with the cash deposit in the amount of $294,394 for paving, drainage, and on-site sewage facilities.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 4 is for board appointments. We have 4A, reappointment of member to the Hidalgo County Subdivision Advisory Board and Hidalgo County Board Building Line Adjustments. For Precinct 4, we have a recommendation to reappoint Mr. Leonel Garza.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 4B, another board appointment, is for reappointment of member to the Hidalgo County Subdivision Advisory Board and Hidalgo County Board of Building Line Adjustment. Precinct 2, we have a recommendation to reappoint Mr. Manuel Cantu.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. You all have a good afternoon.
You too.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Culbertson with the Hidalgo County Precinct 4, Chief of Staff Internal Affairs. For item number 17A, I'd like to see if there is anybody from the City of McAllen or McAllen ISD that is with us on the Zoom call, please. And I'll go ahead and read the agenda item. Whereas Precinct 4 desires to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the McAllen ISD, Capable Kids Foundation, and the City of McAllen to construct an all-inclusive park to be located at Sanchez Elementary School in McAllen.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this very much needed project, and with great honor in partnering with the City of McAllen and the McAllen School District to bring this special needs park for all our constituents, in not only in Precinct 4, but throughout the entire county. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Great job, Commissioner.
Good afternoon, Judge Commissioner Sergio Cruz, Department of Budget and Management. Item 18A.
Ooh,
A1.
Mr. Guerrero.
Discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation to provide emergency relief to local hospitals in order to assist with expenses associated with the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
So move.
Is there a second? We have a motion second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 18A, 2 and 3, discussion, consideration, and approval of memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County and various local hospitals for necessary medical and public health expenses directly related to the efforts to increase capacity for treatment of COVID-19 patients and approval of the transfer.
Move for approval.
Second.
A motion second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18B is approval of salary schedule changes in accordance with the Hidalgo County Classification and Compensation Pay Plan as listed on the agenda.
Move for approval.
Second. We have a motion second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18C is approval of the following change in funding source as listed on Exhibit A for the WIC program.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18D, consideration and approval of imposition of optional fees for calendar year 2021, which is going to be per option A to retain the same fees as 2020 in accordance with Transportation Code sections 502.401, 402, and 403.
Move for approval.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18E, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the ratification of necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditures as listed on Exhibit A, totaling $167,259.43 to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation in connection with the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditures are reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18F, 1, 2, and 2A and B is approval of Title 4E Child Welfare Service Grant Budget, contract number 247-38252 for the period of October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021, with approval for the county judge to sign the documents as listed on items 2A and 2B, which are the budget and the Federally Funding Accountability and Transparency Act documents.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 18G, 1 and 2 is approval to enter into interlocal cooperation agreement between Hidalgo County and the Hidalgo County Community Supervision and Corrections Department for fiscal year 2021 in relation to the drug court and the alternative incarceration program, along with approval of the inter-fund transfer.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
Item 18H is approval of medical coverage for temporary employees listed on the agenda as per the Affordable Care Act, IRS Code Section 4980H, shared responsibility for employers regarding health insurance.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 18I is approval of 2020 interfund transfer from countywide administration to transfer in general fund and the amount of $16,000 to fund the county's cash match portion in relation to the fiscal year 2020 Hava election security grant for the elections department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18J1 is pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 111.070, approval of emergency appropriation from the general fund balance and the amount of, we're going to revise this amount to $1 million for emergency related expenditures related to Hurricane Hannah.
So moved.
Second.
What was the drop session? You just estimated too much at first?
I believe there was meetings today between some of the precincts and the contractors, and I believe the estimated amount has lowered.
All right.
Based on.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 18J2 is approval to undesignate funds in 2020 for expenditures related to the county and district clerk e-filing in the amount of $66,186.59. And appropriation of the same. Sorry.
This is computer software, correct?
Yes, it'll be IT related equipment. Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners.
Thank you, sir.
So they do have some.
19 Purchasing Department, Martha Salazar, 19A1, a discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for the COVID radio public service announcements in order to assist with county actions to facilitate compliance with public health measures and with provisions of economic support in connection with addressing the ongoing COVID-19 emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is necessary for the intended use. May I have action?
So moved.
Judge, we would recommend that we take this up a little bit later in the agenda once we come out of closed session, Judge.
That's for all of this, no, Victor, for the whole 19A? One?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take action after executive session.
Okay, going on to 19A2, A, acceptance and approval to execute the final form of professional engineering services agreement subject to legal counsel's final review for the provision of structural engineering with Hava Associates Incorporated for the automatic doors at main and secondary entrances, aka countywide facilities upgrades and retrofit improvements project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is requesting approval of work authorization 1 with an estimated cost of $7,524 as submitted by the project engineer, Hava Associates Incorporated, to provide structural engineering for automatic doors and secondary entrances, also known as countywide facilities upgrades and retrofit improvements.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 3 is approval to exercise the county's option to extend the first of 2 one-year terms as permitted under the contract with Frontera Materials for flexible base material for Hidalgo County Precincts 1, 2, 3, and 4 and Colonia Access Program on an as-needed basis.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 4, A, discussion, consideration, and actions to approve a necessary CARES Act relief and expenditures costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for Hidalgo County in order to assist the county functions in compliance with public health measures related to the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency, with establishing a Wi-Fi project to assist the citizens with distance learning, including technology improvements as well as improving telework capability. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use. Can I have
motion to approve?
Second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Motion
carries.
Item B is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-022, 1 and 2.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, approval to submit application for pole attachment to AP for the installation of equipment supporting the Hidalgo County Wi-Fi project.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item D, approval of application fee and submitted requisition as stated on the agenda to AEP Texas in the amount of $500 with authority to process a purchase order, or if necessary, authority of county treasurer to issue check after processing procedures completed by the county auditor.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 5 is acceptance and approval of the final negotiated contract with Benefits Express Services LLC for the online enrollment and benefit administration system deemed qualified on July 21st or under the RFP as stated.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is for the district clerk requesting approval to submit cancellation letter to vendor with the required time notice and advise that the PSC agreement will not be automatically renewed as listed on the terms and conditions of the original contract approved through the agenda as stated back in November of 2011.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C, 1A, discussion, consideration, and actions to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for the stockpile facility property for emergency management in order to assist the county with actions to facilitate compliance with public health measures addressing the ongoing COVID-19 emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is necessary for the intended use. Could I have action?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B is authority to purchase real property located at 7517 North Expressway, Edinburgh, Texas, 78542, and more specifically detailed in background of the agenda item and the legal description attached herein.
So moved.
Is there a second? We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item D1A, discussion, consideration, and approval of a necessary CARES Act fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for the purchase of a mobile command unit while operating testing sites, responding to food distribution locations, and otherwise coordinating the Hidalgo County COVID response. It is critical the Office of Emergency Management maintains complete communication and information management capabilities. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use. May I have action?
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262-024A 1 and 2.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C is requesting approval to purchase one mobile command center through distributor, LDV Custom Specialty Vehicles in the amount of $410,715 through Hidalgo County's membership participation with the HGAC Cooperative Purchasing Program under the awarded contract AM 10-18.
So move.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2, Office of Emergency Management. A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary relief expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item, allotment, or allocation for the Hidalgo County Emergency Management 1 mobile ramp in order to assist the county public health expenses for acquisition and stockpile for personal protective equipment or other public health and safety workers for addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is authorization and approval to purchase through the State of Texas Federal Surplus Program under Chapter 29175.001 of the Texas Local Government Code and Section 262.024.9C. One mobile ramp in the amount of $1,950 through requisition as stated on the agenda, and if necessary, rescission of regular agenda item CC of 8/18/20, which called for the payment to be through general fund. This makes it a CARES Act relief fund expenditure.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item-
We need this for the forklift, and sometimes we have to get up to trailers and a whole bunch of other stuff.
That is correct, Judge. Item C, authorization for the purchasing department to issue a purchase order under submitted requisition 419514, and the county treasurer to issue a check payable to Texas Facilities Commission after review, audit, and processing procedures have been completed by the county auditor.
Second.
You have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 1A E1A under Precinct 1, requesting approval of final negotiated professional services agreement with GDJ Engineering in connection with professional engineering services for Precinct 1's Hidalgo Road and Mile 9 roadway repair project.
Move for approval.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
E1B, pursuant to Hidalgo County approval of professional services agreement with GDJ Engineering, requesting approval of work authorization 1 in the amount of $49,902 for professional engineering services for the Hidalgo Road and Mile 9 roadway repair project.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item F1 for Precinct 2, requesting authority to enter into there will be no lease agreement. It'll be through a PO as confirmed with the vendor and uploaded onto the agenda as it was an observation by the auditor's office. It would be a PO rental agreement through a purchase order only for a loader and grapple excavator, operator with Big D tractor through the membership and participation with Cooperative Purchasing Program PCA, with a total monthly amount of $59,700 with authority to increase if necessary.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
G is for Health and Human Services. G1A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief and expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot lawfully be funded by line item allotment or allocation for the Health Department mobile units utilities in order to assist with county medical expenses addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for its intended use.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under item G1B, exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262.024A1, an item that must be purchased in case of public calamity if it is necessary to make the purchase promptly to relieve the necessity of the citizens, and 2, an item necessary to preserve and protect the public health and safety of the citizens.
Move.
Second. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
G1C, approval of a clarification.
Motion carries.
Oh, sorry, Judge. Item G1C, approval of a clarification to the revised quote proposal submitted by awarded jock vendor Hercon due to the inadvertent and unintentional omission of the sewer line cost, thus increasing the total amount from $76,641.78 to $79,574.51 for the Health Department modular units utilities.
So
Move
moved.
for approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item H1, IT Department, discussion, consideration, and actions to approve a necessary CARES Act relief and expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for Hidalgo County in order to assist with the county's functions and compliance with public health measures related to the ongoing COVID public health emergency, with establishing a Wi-Fi project to assist the citizens with distance learning, including technology improvements, as well as improving telework capability. The court, having reviewed the agenda item, briefing herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for its intended use.
Move for approval.
Okay.
We have a motion and second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item H1B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262 is attached herein.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authority for Mr. Daniel Salinas, Hidalgo County's IT Director, to acquire through the Hidalgo County established and approved requisition and purchase order protocol the necessary poles, street lights, power poles, new poles, and related accessories and supplies through for $500,000 and Magic Valley for $500,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under item H2, requesting authority to purchase firewall network security renewal for the Hidalgo County network operations from Inside Public Sector Incorporated with a total amount of $56,613.43 through our membership and participation with the DIR TSO 4093 contract.
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay. The items mentioned by the auditors, were those cleared, Marty?
On for facilities?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's been cleared. I'm gonna do that right now, Judge.
All right.
Facilities management.
Okay.
I1 for facilities management, ratification of purchase order. The correct number is 820060, not as the one posted on the agenda. That's 820060 for $10,261.63 issued to Hercon. JOC awarded vendor through by board cooperative purchasing program contract as stated for the immediate, urgent, and necessary roof repair at the San Carlos warehouse to a section of the roof damaged by Hannah, exposing the stored records and contents in an attempt to prevent any further damage to county property, and is exempt under 262.024.A3, an item deemed necessary because of unforeseen damage to public property.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item J, Elections Department. J1, A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary Help America Vote Act, aka Hava CARES Act Relief Fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for the Hidalgo County Elections Department to receive necessary training required as a function of government and at the county's efforts to mitigating the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use. May I have action?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B is pursuant to the sole source declaration with SOE Software, DBA Sitel, acceptance and approval of the proposal for online election training light for November 2020 training cycle for a total of $90,600, subject to civil section DA's office final review and approval as to approval to legal form.
Move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item K1, This is a presentation of the bids received from multiple responsible vendors, UniFirst and/or Cintas. We are not going to be awarding to Cintas. The vendor does not accept our terms and conditions. Therefore, this item is UniFirst Holdings for the purpose of award and approval of the contract to UniFirst Holdings as permitted under the procurement packet on an as-needed basis for the RFB of rental of uniforms to the project number 041 and subject to compliance with 1295. That has already been done.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners. That's all I have.
Thank you, Marty.
Judge, by the way, I do have a pending item that you will take up after executive session.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, if I may, item 2020A 1 and 2, there's no action to be taken this week. Item 20B is approval to accept a settlement check from HT Supply Construction and Industrial Whitecap in the amount of $1,690.40, and this will settle an auto accident claim with one of our county vehicles.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 20C and all of 21, Judge, Commissioners, I'm asking to delay that till after closed session.
Okay, so we need to move into closed session.
Yes, sir.
Pursuant to Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code, Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.087. We will be retiring to closed session to discuss those items. Any action items to be taken will be taken in open session when we return. I have a motion to go into closed session.
So moved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Please take us to closed session. Okay, we're back from executive session. We do have some action items to take. Do we go to item 19A1 and 19A1 and D? Are those the two items, Josie?
Got to run through 19A1, A through D, Judge, each one of them individually, and then Ms. Salazar will present those, and then I believe Josie will come in on D.
Okay, well then is Ms. Salazar back?
Yes, I am.
Back? Okay, we're ready to take those, Marty.
Okay, 19A1A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act Relief Fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation for the COVID radio public service announcements in order to assist with actions to facilitate compliance with public health measures and with provisions of economic support in connection with addressing the ongoing COVID emergency. The court, having read the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is necessary for its intended use. Could I have?
Move for approval.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item B is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A1, an item that must be purchased in case of public calamity. 2, an item necessary to preserve and protect the public health.
Move for approval.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C is ratification of purchase order numbers 82016 in the amount of $2,940 and PO number and Travision Radio, $7,700 for the urgent and necessary public service announcements to disseminate COVID-19 information on public health and economic support initiatives and programs.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item D, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a budget for the communication strategy / campaign through multimedia platforms at an amount of $150,000 per month through 12/31/20.
We changed that to 75,000, Marty.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Her lights had gone out.
May I have a motion?
She moved and
So move.
Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That completes my agenda.
Okay. 20C, I believe.
Yes, Judge. Actually, let's go to item 21.
Okay.
21 is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding A, CARES response to disaster health emergency, 1, CARES Act funds, and A, interlocal cooperation agreement with municipalities. Councilors, Judge?
Yes. We discussed the need to modify our agreement with the municipalities. Some of these cities are small cities and they have cash flow deficiencies in order for them to continue to spend money timely. So what we want to do is we want to modify our agreement with the municipalities and allow those municipalities that have already made their request for reimbursement on the original 20% advance that we gave them to be able to increase that advance from 20% to a total of 40%. So we can get our legal department to working on that amendment.
So just to be clear, our direction then, Judge, is going to be to work on an amendment with the municipalities, the interlocal agreement with the municipalities to reflect that additional 20% disbursement for those cities that have already provided reimbursement requests with your supporting documentation for the initial 20% disbursement.
That is correct. That's exactly what I said, Josie.
Okay. Do you want to take action on that?
I'll make a motion to proceed as directed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Aye. Sorry, I was on mute.
Item 21B, measures necessary to preserve public health and safety. Under item 21B, as I just read, Judge, I want to go back to item 20C, and that is approval to accept 20 pallets of donated hand sanitizer with a market value of $85,286.40 from Gulf Coast Distillers, which will assist Hidalgo County in combating the transmission of COVID-19. Judge, I believe you also were going to add the disbursement.
Yes. When I received a call from this company, I agreed that we would share some of this hand sanitizers with all the municipalities. So that was a condition of the grants or the gift.
Very generous donation. I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So, Judge, Commissioners, with the action taken under item 20C, then again, I'm referring back to item 21B, which is the action just previously taken, which were the measures necessary to preserve public health and safety. Item 21C is direction regarding county government operations, including but not limited to essential functions. Judge, Commissioners, as we have been doing now for quite some time, the health and safety of our constituents when they visit our offices and our operations, as well as our staff, internal staff, in operating and providing those services to our constituency. We are following and promoting CDC guidelines with hand washing, sanitizing. We continue to clean and sanitize the buildings as necessary, our facilities as necessary. We promote, encourage all to help us spread the word with facial covering and social distancing. And as, if I may go on, item 23A, there is no action to be taken. 23B, there is no action to be taken. And under the open session items, item 24A, real estate acquisition appropriation for same, there's no action to be taken, just proceed as directed. Item 24B, pending and or potential litigation, there is no action to be taken. 24C, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding response to public health emergency. We've already referred to the prior or previous agenda items dealing with COVID. Item 24D, Humberto Martinez et al. Versus Justin Andrew Trejo and Sheriff's Department. Judge Commissioners, for the record, I would like to assign this to Ms. Josephine Ramirez's office for defense handling.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 24E, claim of Fidel Lopez. Judge Commissioners, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $130.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24F, claim of Patricia Nieto. Judge Commissioners, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $195.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 24G and F are related, or 24G and H are related. I will take one at a time. 24G, claim of Fernando Garcia. Judge Commissioners, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $12,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
And 24H, claim of Jose R. Gomez. Judge Commissioners, again, I would like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $12,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, for the record, if accepted, I'd just like to put for the record that payment would be made to the individuals and their attorneys, if represented, of record. Judge Commissioner, there is no need to go back into close and or open session. We have adjournment, and we do have a quick budget workshop.
Okay. I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We're adjourned.